What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with Charles Griffen, who just made this massive announcement that 2025 that might be his last year as a competitive bodybuilder. So he has been on the Olympia stage 3 times in his career and he wants to make it 4 before he goes out, before he hangs up the posing prongs. So Charles Griffen has been on the scene for so many years now because the man made his Olympia debut back in 2018. And during all of his competitive years, he was working with Matt Jensen. So here is another one of those guys who will be looking for another coach in this upcoming season. Now I have absolutely zero doubts that Charles Griffen will make it to the Olympia stage next year. I mean, the man was able to win the Legion Sports last year with an injured pec when he had a visible pec tear on his chest, because that is how good the man is, especially in terms of the conditioning that he brings every single time on the stage. Now Charles Griffen has given his body 1 complete year to get some rest and fully recover and to rebuild his injured chest. So I believe he is probably gonna look a lot better the next time he steps on stage compared to what he looked like at the Olympia back in 2023. Now Charles Griffen isn't the biggest guy on the stage. He doesn't take up a lot of space on the stage, but still the man was top 10 in the world. Because the thing is, only a few guys in the men's open bodybuilding can actually outcondition him. He has some great shots as well, especially his back lat spread. That is just so damn impressive. So 2025 is most probably gonna be his last one. And I believe a lot of people, they are also gonna retire after this upcoming 2025 season.
Awesome.
But I'm definitely doing a show and I'm definitely going to the Olympia.
Next up, we have an update from Sergio Oliva Jr., who talked about the fact him, Regan, and Martin, they are the 3 guys who received the hardest time from the fans. First of all, I have got to say that is certainly not true in Martin's case, because he earned the respect from all the bodybuilding fans by talking less and doing more on the stage.
Man, Martin, I would say me, Martin, and Regan probably get the most.
Oh, wow.
Shit, not anymore, because as soon as Martin did well,
That's right.
and that's what I told him, I think
They're in
it's
the
one
Martin.
And secondly, why is that Sergio gets so much hate on social media by the fans and by the bodybuilding community in general? Well, the thing is, how would the fans respect you as an IFB pro when, even though you have only 1 pro win throughout your pro career and still comparing yourself to the likes of Samson Dauda and Andrew Jack? And the fans are just stating facts at this point because Sergio hyped himself that he is gonna beat a guy like Nick Walker a few years ago at the Arnold 2021, and it turned out that wasn't even close between him and all these other guys. So Sergio won the New York Pro back in 2017. I mean, just take a look at those guys who just started competing in that same year back in 2017. We have a guy like Regan Grimes, who is way more successful on paper, as he has qualified for Miss Olympia 3 times already, and he has placed as high as top 9 in the world. Look at Rafael. Not only did he qualify for the Olympia multiple times, but he is currently top 8 in the world. And just compare that to Sergio Oliva Jr. The last time he stepped on stage, that was back at Cali Pro 2023, where he lost to Tony Burton, he lost to Ross Patrick, and he almost lost to Beef Stew as well. So he placed top 3 in relatively a weaker lineup. And the fact is, the man turned 40 years old this year. And every single year, we expect him to show up at his all-time best. And every year, something happens. So time is literally running out for him. And some of the fans now even believe that he is gonna go down as one of the biggest wasted talents in the men's open bodybuilding. Because he is, without any shadow of a doubt, one of the biggest guys in the men's open class. But the last time he was in a decent enough shape, in a good condition, that was years ago. That was back at the Arnold 2020. And we haven't seen him that good again in almost 5 years now. Next up, we have a 9 days out physique update from Rafael. So most of these guys who compete in these post-Olympia shows, they put out a lot of content and they are pretty confident in posting more physique updates. And Rafael is definitely one of them. He has got nothing to hide as he plans to win Romania Pro for the 2nd time in his career. So this is the same show where Brandao was able to beat Samson Dauda back in 2021. And we have to keep in mind, there was a smaller version of Rafael Brandao And this right now, that is a whole different animal compared to that. He is a lot bigger, a lot fuller of his former self. But still, I have got to say not big enough to crack top 5 in the world. So looking at his back shots, and keep in mind these are from today, I have to say Rafael Brandao is in a great condition. But still, he doesn't have that freak factor, that wow factor of the men's open bodybuilding. Now still, that being said, he is the favorite to win this show because the biggest competition that he has at this upcoming Romania Pro, that is gonna be Akim Williams, who by the way also posted his strongest pose on his IG in his recent update, which by the way is the side chest. So this is easily one of the best side chests in the entire Pro League right now. And even though Akim Williams hasn't been able to beat Rafael Brandao since 2022, I believe they both competed against each other back at the Olympia. And even that smaller version of Rafael Brandao that was able to beat Akim Williams. But the thing is, Akim was carrying an injury back at that time. And that was like the worst version of Akim Williams in the recent past. So the question right now is that, can Rafael Brandao continue to diet and be better for this upcoming Romania Pro? Is he compromising too much size, too much fullness to get that extra bit of detail, to get that extra bit of separation and conditioning? Because the thing is, we did saw how that extra bit of dieting for this year's All Brazil, that did absolutely no good to Rafael Brandao because he appeared so vulnerable in Brazil and he almost lost to Tony Burton. So Akim Williams does have a shot if he is 100% on because he was able to beat Rafael Brandao at the finals of the Olympia this year. So this is Stefan Zero, as he is being regarded as one of the best bodybuilding gurus out there right now. But even he messed up big time with one of his clients at this year's Miss Olympia. I am talking about Muhammad Foda, who massively underperformed. So he did 3 shows in 2024 and he did not get better from one show to the next one, especially for the Olympia this year, because that was like his weakest look of this entire 2024 year. And this video of him posing at 5 weeks out of his first pro win at Chicago Pro, that is a proof that there was a huge miscalculation in deciding what show Foda is gonna do. And Muhammad Foda just kept on dieting for God knows whatever reason, and eventually his body just burnt out. Now Foda had a physique which at its best he could have finished in the top 10 at the Olympia this year, but either him or his coach, they dropped the ball for the last show of the year. Now the man looked absolutely phenomenal at this year's Chicago Pro. I mean, the man got the perfect scores to get his first pro win, and even looking at the feedback he received after this year's Tampa Pro, the judges believed that even with a weak back, he should have been able to beat John De Rosa if he was in the same condition as John. So what is next for Muhammad Foda? So taking most part of 2025 off and come back with a better back, and maybe choose a show close to the Olympia next year. That sounds like a good plan. Next up, we have a physique update of the former 212 Olympia champion and the reigning Masters Olympia champion, Kamal. So Masters Olympia is scheduled to take place in July or maybe August in 2025. And Kamal is getting ready to defend his title. So the man is gonna be turning 53 years old in 3 weeks time. And I think he is gonna be the best built 53 years old the next time he walks on that stage. So Kamal is a true legend if you take into consideration the fact that the man has been competing as a pro for more than 2 decades now. And looking back at his physique from Masters Olympia just a couple of years back, where he was able to beat guys like Phil Graham and Max Jaws, who both outweighed him by 40 plus pounds. That was just so unbelievable. So one change that is obvious in Kamal's physique over the last few years is that his waist has gotten a bit wider. But the man is still very polished, extremely shredded, and his physique perfectly depicts the meaning of the term muscle maturity. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.